Thailand's Constitutional Court has ruled that Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin be removed from office. The court said he breached ethics rules by appointing a cabinet minister with a criminal conviction. Thailand's parliament must now choose a new prime minister, triggering further political upheaval. The decision comes 1 week after the same court dissolved the anti-establishment Move Forward party, which won last year's election. Well, let's bring in Matt Hunt here. He's a journalist based in the Thai capital, Bangkok. Matt, did this decision by the court come as a surprise?
Whether or not this decision was a surprise is pretty interesting, because usually these types of cases, such as the one last week here against the Move Forward Party, the public had already kind of decided. But this one was really up in the air, because the senators the court could have suspended the prime minister while they were considering his case, as they have with the former prime minister. So this was really a 50-50, in my opinion, and also amongst people that had gathered for the decision, it was about the same. So I would say that this was unexpected by a lot, but also hoped for by many. It was really a mixed bag on this.
Remind us, Matt, why the Prime Minister was under investigation. What rules did the court decide he had broken?
Sure. So this case was actually, the original complaint was filed with the court from 40 former senators who say that the prime minister violated ethics conduct by appointing Mr. Pichit Chunban, to his cabinet, who was a former lawyer for Premier Thaksin. And was convicted of corruption and bribery charges over 10 years ago. He did serve a prison sentence, and after completing that prison sentence, he had to wait 10 years before he could be technically eligible to be appointed to a government position again. And that 10 years had passed. So Mr. Thavisin appointed him, but it was too late. Chunban did actually resign before this case was brought up to the court today, but it didn't make a difference in the outcome of the decision, because it was clear that the Constitutional Court decided that this was a breach of the ethics on behalf of the Prime Minister.
Tell us a little more about the Prime Minister who's been forced to leave office, Srettha Thavisin, and his party.
Yeah, so Mr. Thavisin was actually not a politician prior to taking this post. This was his first shot at politics, and he was a party list candidate for the Pheu Thai party, who still has 341 seats in the parliament. And so his removal is one aspect, and following that, Deputy Prime Minister Pathumtham Vichiathai will take his post. But the government that Mr. Thavisin was leading, the Pheu Thai government, they still have the 341 seats in the lower house, which gives them, within their coalition, a majority to be able to elect the next prime minister, because the Senate is no longer involved in making that decision. And so I believe that it's quite possible that the next prime minister, who has to come from the list of candidates for prime minister from the 2023 election, could come from the Pheu Thai party. If not, perhaps from the second place party, Boom Jai Thai party.
Matt, thanks very much for filling us in there. That was journalist Matt Hunt in Bangkok.